Everyone, welcome to my kitchen. My name is Kimberly Knox, and you are in the kitchen with KK, where we do some recipes, we do some education. Today, I'm going to do some education, but stick with me because we are going to do recipe. We are going to talk about food because, as you know, that is my passion as a functional integrative health coach, is to get to the root cause of the diseases and to also show how food helps to heal the body. The cells are already programmed to heal and repair. We need to give them the tools so they can do their job. Bioenergetic cooking is about the energy in living systems, and we're showing how food has energy and can apply healing information to your body. So today, what we're talking about is a very prevalent problem that we have. In fact, gastrointestinal diseases, number one disease category out there. And we can totally understand, given the fact that we have 10 times the amount of gut as a dog does. I mean, we've got a small condo of space here between our small intestine and our large intestine. A lot of things can go wrong, and there's a plethora of irritating substances, not just food, and food-like substances in our processed food that we have at the grocery store, which is not real food, but it's causing irritation to the gut. So we're going to be talking about ulcerative colitis and Crohn's. Not a happy thing. And the very first week of December is an awareness for this. And I like to approach everything in a more natural, healing way. In fact, I'm drinking my cute little mug today. This is turmeric and ginger tea. I'm going to show you how you can make it easily. And this is a really good way to get really rich anti-inflammatory ingredients, because these diseases, as all of them are, even Hippocrates knew this years ago, the root cause is inflammation. So it's an awareness week today. Chronic inflammation, that's where we are here. The ulcers in your digestive tract, primarily colon and rectum. So a lot of people are afraid of this, but you're not taking the steps, or you don't have the information to take the steps. And you really do need to alter your diet and lifestyle. And a healthy diet and lifestyle will ward this off. Now, some people have more of a prevalence toward this. Let's say if it's in your DNA profile, well, DNA loads the gun, but your diet and lifestyle will pull the trigger here. So you are always in control of your body, of your health, and food makes a huge difference. So we're going to talk about that today. We're in the fall season still, right up until December 21st at the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year. So it is in a good timing that we are talking about the colon and colon health. This is where we eliminate, get rid of toxins from the body. And it's also a time, of course, after Thanksgiving, when the amount of irritating foods pick up, and those foods contribute to irritation of the gut, to SIBO, to colitis, to irritable bowel syndrome. They're all similar in their association: bacteria, viruses, the overgrowth of bacteria, inflammation, just a little bit different, but you can address them all pretty much the same. So mild to severe pain. Now, many people choose the route of going toward medications. Maybe they wait too long, it becomes severe, and they think this is the only way. Those medications, short-term, even long-term, are devastating to this condition, making it often worse. The last thing you want is to ever have an operation where you have to take it out, parts of your colon. Very dangerous. So these medications making it worse. We know steroids, surgery, we want to avoid these. So that's what we're talking about today. So tools to heal. You know that I've written a cookbook called Simple Cooking for Vitality. Some of you may have checked it out. You can check it out on my website. And it does integrate the whole bioenergetic cooking and educate you on the major meridians of the body. But in the small intestine, section 3 of the book, you will get a little information in each section. And that's where we talk about we need to remove the irritating substances. We need to replace them while we're re-inoculating good bacteria so that we can repair the tissue. The tissue is one cell lining. When we talk about leaky gut and things getting into our bloodstream, that's where the problems with autoimmunes come in, is that it's one cell thick. So this is not a lot to play with. And there's so many things in the marketplace today, additives and preservatives and thickeners and seed oils, all causing inflammation and irritation to that very sensitive, thin one cell lining of our gut lining. So those endothelial linings need to be soothed and protected. And we'll get into that. So the no-nos, and you're going to say, oh, there's nothing left to eat. There's plenty left to eat. You just have to do a little work. You can't just rely on processed foods, ultra prepared foods. You need to read the labels, and we have to get rid of the addictive substances. So when you do have a flare up, and trust me, this is not just coming on, it can start in your 30s and then get worse, and you can have flare ups. But for all of our health reasons, and particularly anyone over the age of 50, for insulin reasons, we need to get rid of sugar. We need to get rid of all refined sugar, all refined carbs and processed foods. It's just part, if you want to dedicate to your health, you need to do that. You need to eat real foods. And you know that I'm dedicated here on this channel to showing you so many delicious, amazing alternatives where you can get bold in the kitchen and reduce that sugar. And so Melissa Seinfeld, she also wrote a book that lowers the sugar in everything. Get bold, do it. You can do it. We don't need the sugar. Every addicted food out there has a lot of sugar, salt, bad fats. So artificial sweeteners, you don't need them. Get rid of them. Get your palate down. Teach your body how to become fat adapted, and you're not going to have those cravings. So the refined carbs have to go. The sugar has to go. Gluten and wheat must go, because the glycine protein and those wheat proteins of the hybridized wheat, it's been hybridized since, I believe, the 70s at least, or 60s maybe. It was after the war. They were trying to make wheat in a way that they could grow more to feed the famine areas. We don't have famine. And but when they change the wheat, it's much harder for our bodies to break down. And with 10 times the amount of gut and 10 times less the amount of acid than just a dog, we don't have the ability to break down and to secure our safety against pathogens. We need high stomach acid, and we need that delivery system out. And anything that you do that slows the food transit out of your body gives you more time for these bad bacteria to build up. And that's often what the case is with small intestinal bacteria overgrowth. What else? No dairy. Well, see, the thing is with dairy, it is inflammatory. Even if you say you're not allergic to it, it's a mucus forming problem. With this, with Crohn's and colitis, it needs to go. Fine, I'm going to tell you about an alternative for ice cream. You make it with the highest anti-inflammatory 2 fruits. It's delicious. I do it all the time. And when we break and I'll come back for the foods, I'm going to show you. You just have to be strong to say, no, it's your body. You want to feel amazing. No eggs, by the way, either. So these things tend to actually feed viruses and bacteria that are helping to contribute to the problem. So I make a lot of things, cookies and desserts, where I've gotten rid of the eggs. And I grew up on a small farm in Vermont where we had our own stuff. So you have to consider that eggs can be, not that you're allergic to them, they feed the wrong things that you're trying to heal in your body. And soy and corn, just get rid of them. They're a protected crop in the United States, and they're often very dirty, lots of GMOs, lots of chemicals utilized. So the other 2 things, and this comes up around the holidays, sugar, alcohol, and caffeine. I know sugar rewards us. It sends the little signal to our dopamine receptors. And We feel like we have a reward. That's why I spend so much time making you guys desserts that give you that satisfaction without the high sugar. And I wipe it out in a lot, but you can cut back on the alcohol. You've seen me do mocktails and caffeine. You can go to an organic decaf. I get an amazing organic decaf coffee, even ones that have mushrooms. So it can be done. Now, what you have to understand is the gut and the liver are together. The small intestine is the partner to the liver, by the way, and the liver is the mother to the heart. They all have a symbiotic relationship here, but the liver must be solid. Most people have a stagnant fatty liver. They have very insufficient bile. And these things are causing the root cause of particularly SIBO, undigested fats and protein. You need to work on your liver too. So it's not just your gut, it is the body, but the liver does so much in the body. We need to unclog the liver too. This is not about recipes for the liver. I have plenty of them on my site. You can even go find out my video I've done on spring health, which is the time of liver and gallbladder here. So you must change your diet and lifestyle. The diet and lifestyle is the root cause and makes the most difference in all diseases today. So, and just change your habits and know that you want the most vibrant life possible. So, what else? Food, we're going to talk about food, stress, and the interrelationships of, so interpersonal relationships and stress regarding those, that's where I've seen the most gut issues. And my females have had very bad or narcissistic relationships, very controlling, or bad things happen, even men. So interpersonal relationships can cause that stress that really bothers the gut. So let's say things like walking, deep breathing, yoga exercises, biking, that exercise really, really helps. It's going to get the adrenaline, clean up the adrenaline and the cortisol, also to bring you relaxation. Walking on the beach does it for me. And know also that today we cannot be ignorant of the fact that electromagnetic frequencies, those high frequencies, are causing problems with our gut. The transit time of food and the prevalence of bad bugs and growing bugs and parasites and viruses. We have them. We have thousands of them. So it's about keeping them at bay. And that's what the whole gut health and dysbiosis is about. We need about 85% good bacteria to only a small amount. And we need to keep that in check. When the bad bacteria gets out of check, that's when things happen. So let's come back. I'm going to enjoy some of my delicious tea here. It's really good to have ginger root and turmeric in a tea. You can put a little spot of buckwheat honey, which is very high antioxidant. Any antioxidants help to reduce inflammation in the body because they help quell your free radical stress here. So this guy is so cute. He makes me smile. So we'll be right back and talk more about the food. Okay, let's start with a quick recipe here. So this recipe is not in my book, but I've done it for talks when we talk about arthritis, any rheumatoid arthritis, regular arthritis, osteoarthritis. It's all inflammation. We need to reduce inflammation all the time and keep it reduced. I have rheumatoid arthritis in my DNA. My grandfather, my aunt, and I actually have a little starting in this finger here. So I have to make sure that my gun that is loaded is not being pulled triggered by my lifestyle. So I'm very careful to make sure that I keep my inflammatory foods out of my diet. In fact, that's a big thing. Now you see this is papaya, it's frozen. And I have the seeds in here because the seeds have an enzyme that actually help kill off parasites. Do we have parasites? Yes, unfortunately, we have some. We need to keep them at bay. And you may need to get treatments. That's a whole nother video where cloves and wormwood and black walnut oil, those are really good to help kill them off. It's a whole protocol though, and you have to do it right, and you have to be willing to value your health enough to just take care of it and say no to junk. There's so much junk out there. And everywhere you're shopping today, what do you see? Low quality sugar, snacks, treats everywhere. You got to read the labels and you just have to say no. All right. So this is papaya. It's frozen. Some with the seeds here. So we're going to get some nice ones with the seeds. So also, let me just show you this. This is a little sorbet. I put them in little cups like this and I freeze them. That is made just with papaya and pineapple, lime juice, and banana. That is your sorbet. It is super amazingly tasty. And you've got the two top inflammation reducing papain and bromelain from the papaya and the pineapple here. So we're going to put some pineapple in. I'm just going to make a small amount here. Just one more piece of the papaya. So when you cut up a whole papaya, make sure you save some of the seeds. Let me just put these back into the freezer. And we'll come back and we'll blend that right up. So to help us out, I've already peeled up some ginger root here. And this is turmeric. I use a different cutting board because the turmeric can stain because it's very powerful. So I'm just going to cut it up into little pieces. The same thing I do. Well, when I make my tea, I don't worry about taking all the skin off the ginger unless it's looking pretty bad. So let's get the pieces in here. Now you can do just water, or you can do a very clean almond milk. This one has vanilla. Milk is clean. Read the labels at the store. Currently, only 3 trees and milk are the ones that I prefer. Filtered water, organic almonds, pure organic vanilla extract, filtered water, these things, Himalayan sea salt. That's it. That's all that's in there. No fillers. And you think these little fillers, gums, and that they don't sound bad, although they are. They're bad for your gut lining over and over and over. Even the coconut milk that I buy, no guar gum. Okay. And a lot of the gluten-free recipes, they have these things. So I scour everything. I'm going to put a little bit of almond milk, and I'm going to put a little bit of filtered water. Also, whenever you have any inflammatory disease, you must drink plenty of water. Stay hydrated. Tea and coffee doesn't count as hydration. Water, clean, reverse osmosis water. And also think about filtering all the water in your home so that you're getting the chemicals out. Your skin, what you wash your vegetables with. Okay, so now we've got fresh ginger and fresh turmeric in there. I'm going to show you how to cut it up. You can also, if you want extra, put in a little bit. Make sure you're getting the organic versions of these. The Simply Organic is a tested seasoning that doesn't have metals and other things in them. You can be tricked and not know what's going into your herbs here. Whoops, this does not have a cover. I don't want to put too much. All right, we're going to add a little bit extra. Now I'm going to show you. This is one of the easiest ways. Don't get a special peeler for your ginger root and everything. That is just BS. Just trim the ends off, and then you can add this to your tea over there. And then just use a little knife and just cut the skin around. It's good to do little work like this. You know, the action of just working in the kitchen with a little music is so relaxing to the body. You can make golden milk also. I have a video for golden milk on my YouTube channel. I know it's there. And all you do is ginger and turmeric, some black pepper, some ice, some milk. You blend it up, and then you warm it if you want it warmed. Some date, one or two medjool dates, blend it up, warm it. If you don't have the dates, you can use a little bit of raw honey. I like the buckwheat honey for this purpose. So I'm going to keep these little things here, and we're going to add them to the tea. So it's cooking over there. All right, let's get this out of the way. So you can add some flax seeds. Omega-3s are really important. So the healing food is the foundation of you repairing and staying without any breakouts. You do not want to rely on drugs long term and or then putting yourself at risk for other things, bone loss, other things, mental issues, worsening of the problem. So we need to make sure that we're not consuming any food that trigger an aggressive response of the immune system. That's why all those no's were there. Unfortunately, they do. So the EPA and the DHA, you're going to find that more in cod liver oil and fish oil. And I do every day. Just a teaspoon of this has, I think it's 1,400, 1,600 omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA, plenty. So even cod and cod liver oil as well. It also will have some vitamin D in there. So you want to get your omega-3s, but ALA is the plant version, alpha lipoic acid. You can get that from ground flax seeds. So when you have Crohn's and colitis, you're so afraid of seeds and things like that, but seeds have an amazing amount of nutrients, vitamins and minerals that are necessary for functions in the body for things to work well. The body works synergistically with food. It knows what to do with the food sources, and you cannot get too much. So ground flax and flax oil. So I'm going to add some flax oil to this. And I do have ground flax as well. And you know, I like to grind my own with my own flaxseed, but you can use, I like this Barlean's flax oil. Just put some of that in there. We're pretty much ready to blend this up. So cinnamon, let's get some of that in there too. So when you are healing, you're in repair mode. Understand that fasting is your friend. It's not talked about enough. When you're fasting, you're repairing. Your body is resting and repairing. As soon as you eat, your body's in digestion mode and more aggravation can start. So you need more fasting times. Maybe you just need to eat one meal a day or 2 meals a day, no snacking in between, giving your cells time, because in 24 to 36 hours, your stem cells will start to repair your gut lining. That's what you want. Your body starts to repair itself. So that is a big consideration there, weaving that in. And I teach that to my clients. But cycling 24 to 36 hours, once a week, maybe 24 hours, twice a week. So you're going to get used to this. But this is also about becoming fat adapted. So your body's switching over. It's healing in between the eating while you're eating a healing blend of foundational food. So let's get this blended up. I'm using the NutriBullet RX. It's 1,600 watts of power. I also have a Vitamix. Many of you have a Vitamix. You need a strong blender. Nothing under 1,200 watts will get your stuff smooth enough, especially your greens. So invest in quality. That's what you need. So let's come break. We'll be right back. Okay, so in no time, we have a smoothie. Now, what is a smoothie? A smoothie is a nutrient delivery system. When done properly, it delivers high quality nutrients to your body, not requiring any digestion or minimal digestion, because there's minimal, everything is broken up. It's not like juicing requires no digestion because there is no fiber. Now this looks delicious. Put this into a nice glass. You'll see the seeds in there, those black flecks. And this is just wonderful. You don't need any extra sugar. Papaya is not high in sugar, by the way. And pineapple has so many healing benefits with its enzymes that I don't worry about the sugar there because we're not adding anything extra. So you could be using an almond milk thinking that you're doing something good, and you're damaging your gut lining with the carrageenans, all of the thickeners, and the fact that most of them don't even use good almonds, very little almonds, not filtered water, you've got a massive amount of problems, okay? Steamed veggies. You definitely want to steam your veggies. So sometimes with raw, you can pick up parasites and bacteria. That's why I haven't done sushi in 10 years. The chance of getting parasites from sushi is so high, and mercury, it's not worth it for me. It got to be very popular. So another really great thing for, let's give this a taste, by the way. Oh my God, it's so, so good. It's so good. It needs a little bit of cinnamon. I keep cinnamon in my coffee, like where I make my coffee over there. So sprinkle a little cinnamon on top. Ceylon cinnamon, you've heard me talk, get the high quality, very potent Ceylon cinnamon. You'll be glad you did. So L-glutamine. Now I've talked about this when I've made my shredded cabbage salads. You can also juice cabbage or put it into smoothies because cabbage is loaded with L-glutamine. It is an amino acid that helps the body heal. So another way to do it, if you're not ready to have raw veggies or you're worried about them, although a finely shredded cabbage salad really helps with the movement in your gut. Here, let's put these over here. What was I going to show you? Oh, this is steamed cabbage. So I steam cabbage and put it in little containers. I have a client that I cook for. This is steamed cabbage. You can steam it in a broth just with some salt and some herbs. I like the herb de Provence on this. Delicious. Steamed cabbage is great feeding your gut. So steamed veggies. Now, if you are a good meat eater, an O blood type, high stomach acid, you do well with meats. Meats will bypass your gut. So some clean meats, but one way to get meat so that you're getting some of your B vitamins and your iron, although I am more plant-based and plant-rich, and I operate well that way, but I do love my farm fresh veggie bison stew. So this is a great way to get beef because it's broken down, it's ground, it's cooked in a broth with some veggies that are also cooked. Very easy on the gut, and I know people that enjoy it, that I've made it for. It's very easy on their gut, whereas trying to eat for them to eat a steak or something else is much harder. So meat that is cooked in a broth is much easier. Lower amounts of AGEs, which are advanced glycolic end products, age, right? Those things make you age. You don't want them. So we talked about steamed veggies, fasting, replacing, getting more omega-3s. Those bring your inflammation down. And the whole no list. Iron deficiency can be common with any digestive complaint, especially small intestine, where iron is assimilated and also absorbed, much like B12. If the meat is not broken down with high stomach acid and finished off with the enzymes, the small intestine is where we're absorbing our nutrients. So if the gastrointestinal tract is disturbed, iron deficiencies can be problematic. And so some ways you can get them: black beans. Now, mashed up black beans are much easier than just black beans, but make sure you're getting ones that are properly pressure cooked. The Edam brand is also cooked in seaweed, giving you some iodine. Grass-fed beef, if you do all well with that. Spinach steamed, and Swiss chard steamed with a little bit of, I like to do with a little bit of a nice balsamic, like a pomegranate balsamic, just a tiny bit over there. Dandelion greens and moringa, very good iron sources as well. So there's ways to get iron in your body. The body knows food, like it has a synergistic response. Also, folate-rich foods, you want to get those into your body. And so folate is important. one thing I am going to talk about is sunflower seeds. I did a whole segment on sunflower seeds today. So folate is B9. Folate is important for the liver. And so the liver function, if it's not methylating well, meaning completing, taking the fat soluble toxins and turning them into water soluble, that is also an issue. You're getting more stress, more toxins into the bloodstream, recirculating, irritating the body as well, causing inflammation. So we do need to tighten that up. Folate-rich foods, chickpeas. So making a hummus is easier than eating chickpeas. Roasted chickpeas are kind of fun, though, to crunch on. But making a really great homemade hummus is so easy. And you can make it right in a food processor. Sprouted lentils. I prefer sprouted lentils. I get True Root sprouted lentils. I make a walnut sprouted lentil meatball and burger. Delicious. So that is fantastic. Avocados. I just had an avocado today with some sweet potato. Beets. Beets are loaded in folate. Beets are loaded in betaine, which helps to grab onto toxins. Beets are wonderful. A great way to get them raw is to blend them up in a blender, make them smooth, and combine it with carrots, naturally sweet. Now you're getting the betaine, you're getting the beta carotene. These are things your liver loves. You're supporting your liver while you're reducing inflammation because you're getting those high levels of the antioxidants. Beta carotene converts into vitamin A. That is an antioxidant, which we need lots of. And also broccoli, make that steam. Just steam it for about 8 to 10 minutes, just so it's fork tender. Saute it in some wonderful high quality olive oil and some chopped up garlic. What does garlic do? Garlic is a natural antibiotic. It will kill off the bugs. It also helps create glutathione in the liver and acetylcysteine. It has cysteine in it. A lot of people heard about the supplement N-acetylcysteine. So you can get it from your from the garlic. Turmeric, which we just talked about here, from ages and ages, it's been used, the curcumin. So you can also take supplements, but the body likes the real thing too. Supplements will give you much more. You can take them like 3 times a day if you have a lot of inflammation in the body. Some people are also getting IVs and with ALA, so alpha lipoic acid type of IVs to help with bringing that down. So what else? So that was the papaya and the beet, carrot, ginger, turmeric. So the blended up beet, carrots, I put ginger and turmeric in there. So there's so many ways that you can get these wonderful inflammation reducing. This is tasty. Isn't that great, guys? It looks like a creamsicle. You know, back in the day, those high sugar creamsicles that we used to make. Okay, so we definitely need zinc. Where do you get zinc from? Anyone who's got gut issues is so afraid of seeds. That's because you don't know how to deal with them. First of all, you need to buy the sprouted pumpkin seeds to snack on. These are the sprouted organic pumpkin seeds. And make sure you chew. If you chew them up, then they're going to be like a meal. And you're getting 10 grams of protein in just 1/4 cup. You need your protein. Another way to get protein in your body to help heal when you have this going on is high quality spirulina and chlorella. These are the blue algae and the green algae, cleans up your blood. And that's the liver holds the blood. The blood is the life of the flesh. You need good blood. So I blend up pumpkin seeds here. So if I wanted to get extra protein in anything, and I don't want to mess up this, but I could put in some pumpkin seeds. I have them blended up. I make many things with this, even raw pancakes. So another item here, I'm going to talk about sunflower seeds, and that's where we're going to end because I just did a whole thing on sunflower seeds today. But vitamin E is a very important antioxidant. A lot of people take vitamin E oil, they're doing things, but to know that 76% of your daily value can be got in just, and don't leave them hanging around so they oxidize. Chew on them, and then they're going to be broken down. If you put them on your salad, you may not chew them as easily, but they're a great salad topper, which you're fine. But what I did is I used my coffee grinder here. This is a Crups coffee grinder. Okay, your investment is under 30 bucks. Mine has lasted, I don't even, like over 20 years. And here's a jar. They're already broken down. So if I want to increase my vitamin E and my zinc, I can add them into a smoothie really easy, because what is a smoothie? It is a nutrient delivery system. It is not some sweet, oh, this tastes good with a fancy name. That's a commercialized smoothie that's trying to make money. This is you healing your body and your cells. And that's what we do here in my kitchen, is we talk about healing the body, because at all times when we're eating, yes, food has to be delicious, and that's what I'm about, delicious, not deprived, but it's your cells. What are you giving your cells that you need? So what else does it have? 45% of the manganese that you need, copper, which assists in iron assimilation in the body. Okay, we have a lot of assist things going on. In fact, magnesium is low in probably 80% of the people today. Myself, I take different forms of magnesium to make sure it's high enough. It's involved in hundreds and hundreds of functions in the body, at least 300 that we know about. When those things are not working well, you don't work well. Your anxiety's high, you're not sleeping well, you're not assimilating, you're not digesting and taking care of sugars well. So selenium, we know we need selenium for our hormones, for our thyroid, right? Folate, we talked about folate is part of necessary B vitamin. All the B vitamins we need for energy, and we need for brain health as well. Niacin, 19%, phosphorus, 30%, zinc and iron, 15 and 13%, and riboflavin, which is B2. And we need these things to convert food to energy. That's how B vitamins are related to our energy. So sunflower seeds are a star. Not enough people eat them, or you see them in a bag, there's tons of like not good salt on them. You want them unroasted and you want them unsalted if you can get them, and keep them in a container. Did I miss anything? I don't think so, but I'm going to enjoy this tasty drink. Thanks for staying with me till the end. Oh, you know what? I do want to talk about some supplements. Give me a thumbs up if you love these videos. Please share them with your friends. Anyone with Crohn's or colitis or any IBS, any inflammatory gut diseases, I specialize in, because I've had leaky gut for a long time. I've been working on my gut for a long time. Here's some things that I do as well. You see this dig guys? Die guys. It is a blend from Young Living. I've been using essential oils for over 10 years in the healing process. You can rub this neat on your belly, because essential oils soak down into the skin level, so they can actually help you there. It's going to have peppermint, fennel, other things, licorice root, that are really good for the belly. So there's three things that I have been working on lately. Slippery elm bark, which is a soothing, protective kind of gel-like for the tissues of for the gut lining. Marshmallow root and licorice root. Licorice root you can get as a tea, but as a powder, you can mix it up and make it really smooth. I know that Dr. Amy, forgot her last name, she has a whole blend of some of these things. But because the EMFs have been affected, the how long the food stays in my body, my digestion has slowed down. I know, because when I go away from this area, it picks up. So I'm also trying to make sure that I'm protecting my gut lining. So also adding in more vitamin D. You need lots of vitamin D, especially as you age. You need more. If you have any inflammatory issues, you need more. So I take Dr. Berg's vitamin D3 and K2. K2 helps in the body as well for many reasons, and make sure that calcium is not misplaced. Zinc, we talked about zinc. Eating in a ketogenic style. Don't do the keto diet, and if you don't do well on meat, you're taking too much or too bad fats. Good fats, clean meats if you digest them well, and low carbs. That means none of these starchy carbs. Breads, pastas, pizzas, rice, bread. I already said breads. The crackers, those are non-essential foods, and yet they're everywhere because they're cheap and they're processed. You need nature's carbs. Sweet potatoes are fantastic. A purple sweet potato, right? The squashes, carrots, zucchini, all of this. These are nature's carbs. They're actually low in carbs. You want to keep your total net carbs under 50 when you're in the keto style. So I'm trained in all dietary styles, but I help a person match it to their body and to their needs. And then the last thing, which I'm going to break and I'm going to come back and show you, is a friend of mine and her story. So we're going to end here with Fermentlicious. This is my favorite. It's called Golden Goddess. And I'm looking like a golden goddess today, right? So the fermented food. Now, if you're fasting, when you break your fast, that's when your gut microbiome is the most sensitive. So a spoonful of fermented food, maybe your green smoothie or a green juice, goes right into the bloodstream. A nice lunch focusing on fats, fiber, and protein. But these taste delicious on my sprouted lentil burgers and balls, or on my apple sage turkey burgers, juicy and amazing, instead of like hard like a hockey puck. So fermented food added. It's a condiment, but it's loaded. She sells locally around here at our farmers market, and she's in our Whole Foods. But I trust the high vibrating quality that Sharon puts into her fermented food. Okay, guys, that's it on the Crohn's and colitis. We don't want that. We want to have a good holiday, but with the holiday, what comes? Most of the food that irritates the gut, as well as stress, people trying to do too many things. So be good to your colon, and choose that you want high value health, and then make the choices that you need to get there. Bye, everyone. Have a great night.